Guess which of the
Right.
following images are US soldiers in Iraq and which are police officers in American cities?
Okay.
Soldiers in Iraq and in police in America. I think number 4 is police in America. And number 1 could be police in America as well. And the other 2 are Iraq.
All of them are, I think, are soldiers.
And I think number 2 and 4 are military.
1 and 4 are police.
Oh!
They're all police.
They're all police. They're all police. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, welcome back to Foreign Reacts. Today we're going to be checking out a video titled Cops from Around the World Reacts to US Policing. Should be a really interesting video. These videos are always, like an eye-opener or whatever you want to call it. But we're going to be getting right into that video. But before we do, I just want to say thank you for the love and support. And if you're not subscribed to Foreign Reacts, please do subscribe. It's a great channel. I think you guys would love your time here. We got a lot of playlists. Trust me, a lot of playlists. A lot of videos for you guys to watch. So go check them out and enjoy your time here at Foreign Reacts. We also have Patron, all those type stuff, social media, all of those where you guys can go follow me behind the scenes type stuff and early release type stuff with a Patreon. And also I have a channel where I'll be moving to Finland and all that type stuff, where I'm currently right now learning how to speak Finnish over there. So y'all can go check that out. It will be amazing for you guys. But either ways, guys, we're gonna get right into this video. So subscribe, man. Let's get right into it. This video includes scenes of graphic violence.
Okay, I'm gonna hit play now.
All right.
It's the first moment when we can clearly see that Floyd is face down on the ground.
Why we gotta start over there right here, man? Come on, bro. Like, dang, man. Why? Why am I shouting? Stop shouting. You're gonna get these folk mad. I'm sorry for shouting. Forgive me, y'all. But why we gotta start with this one right here?
Ground, with 3 officers applying pressure to his neck, torso, and legs.
That's a murder.
That is murder right there. Hold on. U.S. police kill more civilians than police of any other wealthy country. Well, I'll give my 2 cents right here. American policing, is there an issue with American policing? Very much so. It is an issue. I've witnessed it myself. I've never been involved in any of it, but witnessed it myself. I was one time there, and there was a dude in a car, and he just got pulled out of the car. They use a microphone thinking, "Get out of the car, get on the ground now." I'm telling you, this is South Carolina. Don't mess with the summer. It's really hot. You get about 105 probably degrees, right? Not Celsius though, right? And he had to get out on the ground. And I'm talking about, I don't think there's any other country in this world where they would use a microphone like that and tell you to get out of the car if you don't have some drugs or some high-speed chase or something like that, right? And it wasn't any of that. And they told him to get out on the ground in the hot sun. And I'm like, bro, he's literally being burnt right now. You know what I'm trying to say? Just think about laying on the floor, on the ground when it was like midday, and how hot that is, right? So that's just something that an average police in America would do. So think about these stuff that are not being announced, like George Floyd. They do a lot of these stuff, man. I'm telling you, crazy. What officer is from aboard?
I'm speechless, if I'm honest.
Whoa.
We found police. Come on! Why y'all gotta move the thing so fast, bro? He showed them how the U.S. handles policing. Okay. There's no law. That's why, man.
Absolutely unacceptable.
It didn't go well.
I'm sorry, man. That's...
For cops for their job.
Hours of training required in the United States versus the job.
For a barber, 1,300 hours.
It's 3,500 hours for being a plumber.
I would hope that police officers are getting
At
a
least
little
half
more
of
than what
that.
a barber gets.
Yeah.
Maybe towards where the lawyer is. Whoa.
640.
That's like you just put somebody on the streets like 647 hours, bro. You don't even get that on YouTube, bro. To get achievements on YouTube, you gotta get a lot of hours put into this thing, right? So, I mean, like to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you know how many views you gotta get just to have 1,000? Like so many, right? And that's it, 647. That is so little, right? And it's really sad because a lot of people try to go and become a police officer in America. And what happens is that you don't enter the forces like that, but they're OGs, they're people who've been there, and they conform you and they change you into that person due to fear, because you are fearful of getting killed by your own people. So you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna try to get this dude mad, so I'm gonna just sit by here and just eventually you become them. It's just really sad. These are guys fewer hours.
In Germany, I trained 3 years. We have practical and theoretical training.
In Northern Ireland, we're not just taught the legal side, we're taught how to use
Right.
and think on our feet as well. And it's those skills that make you a better police officer.
It also doesn't help that America's policing system is fragmented to the point of farce, with around 18,000 different forces.
18,000.
18,000 sets of rules, policies, regulations, and 18,000 levels of accountability.
Here in Canada, we have 141.
In the UK, we have got 43.
In Italy, there's basically only 2.
We have 17. I will never complain about that anymore, since there is a country that has 18,000.
The warrior mindset, Kentucky State Police Academy.
Gee,
Training document. This training document was used by the Kentucky State Police Department in 2013.
The very first essential for success is a perpetually constant and regular employment of violence.
Oh, there's the word again, violence. I don't like that word.
Who said that?
Oh my god, it's Hitler.
His quote is actually part
So they're quoting, oh my.
of the slide that they're using. Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't like to say that name.
I'm speechless, if I'm honest.
Wow. U.S. officers are known to attend Bulletproof Mind workshop, which claim to help prepare your mind for combat. Okay.
There's been silly people that don't like the use of that word warrior with law enforcement. Is our cops the frontline troops in this war? Yeah. And they don't want to use the word warrior?
Is he saying that police officers are at war with the community? The police officer is there to serve
the community, right?
I have to tell you, I do have a firearm on me. Don't reach for it, then. Don't pull it out.
He probably gonna shoot you, dude. He's gonna shoot you. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do to an American police officer. Talking about you got a firearm. Bro, I'm telling you, they're gonna pop your ass because they are so eager to get active, bro. I'm telling you. It's matter of fact, I'm not even gonna put it on just the cops. It's a typical American thing. Active, bro. People just ready to fight, throw fists, and just get active, bro. Like I'm telling you, right? So for that person, let me tell you. Rule number 1, if you got a firearm in the car, you don't want to say that you have a firearm in the car. They're not going to search you in the car. They're going to search you outside of the car. You have a firearm in the car, they're going to tell you, hey, you're being detained. Get on the sidewalk. Put them cuffs on you, whatever. You do that. You go over there. You sit. You tell them, I got a firearm in the car, such and such. They have nothing on you because they cannot say we shot him because he had it on close reach. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's a way, there are many ways how to avoid, would you say, these type of incidents with American police, but it should not be a situation where you have to be avoiding these types of stuff. But it's really sad. It's really sad. I think I know about that thing that happened actually. You killed my boyfriend.
all
Yeah,
we
I remember
see
that.
is this scenario going the way that we've been trained that it could go.
Guess which of
Right.
the following images are US soldiers in Iraq and which are police officers in American cities?
Okay.
Soldiers in Iraq and in police in America. I think number 4 is police in America. And number 1 could be police in America as well. And the other 2 are Iraq.
All of them are, I think, are soldiers.
And I think number 2 and 4 are military.
1 and 4 are police.
Oh!
Oh!
They're all police.
They're all police. They're all police. Oh my gosh. Like, I know that they get active like that over there in New York. Certain states, they're active just like that 24/7. They're just like that, right? But I had no idea it would have been cops. Like, they usually just pop up. Like, you remember the thing that happened with Donald Trump where, a lot of stuff with the George Floyd, it was really, those are the type of cops that they would bring out to the White House. So not to the White House, but outside sections of the White House where people cannot, come further. Those ones, really armed though.
All police. Oh,
That's wild.
For several nights this week, this was Ferguson, Missouri. Tanks.
Policing is a very dangerous work,
gosh.
but police officers are not warriors.
I police in Northern Ireland, have done for 21 years. I still, to this day, have to check under my car for a bomb being underneath my car. And even then, I still do not see myself as a warrior.
I'm happy that our police officers have got the sense to be able to talk to members of the public and realise that they're servants of the public and not an occupying force.
Yeah, that don't happen. That's the main thing.
Cops accused of stealing over $225,000 can't be sued thanks to qualified immunity.
I had no idea that existed.
Judges created qualified immunity to protect individual officers from liability.
And what it's morphed into is almost absolute immunity for law enforcement officers.
It's probably a dream comes true for officers that want to break the law.
I think, why wouldn't I join the force if that is a thing? I had no idea that existed, period.
The same law that should apply to the members of the public should apply to the police officers as well.
We have to take the same consequences. We have to have the same punishment.
It was unlike the U.S., many countries.
We have the Special Investigations Unit. We have the Office of the Independent Police Review Directorate.
I used to be the chief of the police academy in Georgia, and also I used to be the chief of Ukrainian National Police. They were both very corrupted, and it was a huge legacy from the Soviet Union. In Georgia, we disbanded entire traffic police. We fired 15 to 20,000 police officers. And Ukraine, it was the same. Reforms in the law enforcement system were so vital. You have accountability in front of the citizens.
Don't protect. Oh my gosh, why they got put?
Research suggests that black people are about 3 times more.
They are. Okay, listen. I'm not gonna say that the white folks in America are not at risk. They are. I've seen them getting some real dirty stuff happening to them by the cops. But I believe, and I've seen, this is facts. This is real facts.
Likely to be killed by police.
Mexicans and all them folks.
So you agree that there may be systemic racism?
I don't agree that there's systemic racism in the police
Of course there is. Early in the 90s, in the UK, a young man called Stephen Lawrence was murdered. The government commissioned an investigation. It concluded that there was systemic racism in the police service. The beginning of the solution is to acknowledge that it exists.
That's right. You cannot fix an issue unless you admit or speak about it being in existence. It's just how it goes. If you don't see it, you can't fix it.
Hands behind his back, and Koenig walks him to the restaurant wall.
This was disgusting, man.
He was quite impassive, right? I mean, he was not aggressive at all.
No.
Floyd says he is claustrophobic and refuses to enter the police car. He tells them he can't breathe.
I didn't realize that they had got him handcuffed and in a seated position.
Exactly.
Well, leave him there and find out what his medical problems are.
All 4 officers are now gathered around Floyd.
They had him in the car once. I don't understand why they ripped him out of the car.
Why isn't that other officer telling him to get off his neck?
1 to 3 big guys. I mean, it's like, of course, it's excessive use of force.
The fact that not one of them have actually turned around and said, get off his neck. It's almost that arrogance.
Chauvin's kept his knee on Floyd's neck for a total of 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Kind of wild, bro.
That's a murder.
That is murder, baby.
I really do feel sorry for the police officers who were there, want to do a good job.
And doing their job in very difficult circumstances and putting their lives at risk.
But there is no...
Listen, for anyone who doesn't know the George Floyd situation, all he did was, I think it was a counterfeit money. I'm not sure if it was a legitimate story. I'm not sure. But it was an issue with the clerk with the counterfeit money. And I've actually experienced that before, where I was in Walmart one time and this dude was like, hey, man, this $5 bill is counterfeit. I'm like, what? And he did his checks. When he did it, he was like, oh, it's legit. It's just old, right? And I've been in that situation before. But the point is that that's the situation George Floyd was in. I'm not sure if it was counterfeit or not. I don't care. What matters is what happened with the police, right? And personally for me, all they had to do is he was already in handcuffs, right? He was not needed to be laid out on the floor the way he was, right? They have tasers, they have all these type of stuff, and They could have done many things. And if they had feet on him for 8 minutes, that's 100% murder. I can understand you're trying to get somebody to, you know, cooperate if they were rebelling and you put your feet on them, but you're not going to do it for over a minute. Make sense? So that's dead-ass murder, and it's really unfortunate, honestly.
The flaw with corruption, there is no democracy with corruption.
I identify myself with being a cop very much. I love my job, and when I see that other people wearing the same uniform as I do, killing people, I feel ashamed.
Yeah. It's right on, man. Like, as a police officer, you're supposed to be serving and protecting, right? It's a thing that the cops always say, serve and protect, right? And you're not protecting anybody, but if somebody is guilty of a counterfeit dollar, that the counterfeit money is not harming anyone. So technically, you're not protecting at all. You're serving right there, and you do not serve by ending a life. It's really unfortunate what happened to George, man. He's one of those people who I've said, man, when it comes to innocence out of any form of racial, you know, aligned killing, as people would like to put it, I think he is 100% innocent for the way how he died. 100%. He was not doing anything that needed this to happen, period. He stole. What do you do with a thief? Put him in the Jeep. You're gone. That's it. I don't understand the ifs and the buts, but the thing is, the guy who was kneeling on his neck knew him. He knew him. So that's another thing. We don't even know, you know, what kind of hate he has or whatever, but that's that, guys. We out of here, man. This was a lengthy video. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.